We're going to do the wall right around the Threeskins podcast. It's going to be huge.
His head was the shape of a shovel.
What?
Okay.
What?
Do you f***ing care for what you say? No,
To stop a dog going for you shove your finger up its arm.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Threeskins podcast. You've caught us midway through conversation talking about the Japanese butt eye.
That is... What the...
That's the bottle
the
in his
funniest
eye.
myth
Incredible.
ever made.
And the thing is that there's that ridiculous theory that after World War II they went crazy.
You
but...
already said this.
Yeah, but I know, and I like to bring it up. But
I like to bring it up.
Yeah, I know you do.
I tell you what, they were doing weird shit for a long time beforehand.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Was it Shirami?
Shirim.
They were building their
Shirimi.
houses out of fucking paper a long time before any bombs were dropped. Welcome back to the Threeskins
Well, that's
podcast.
actually why, the firebombing of Tokyo was so effective.
You
That's
said
what
this
was made
as
of.
well.
Greg
Yeah, but
Matt
it-
me.
Well, you
Fucking hell.
brought up paper.
No, I talked.
You brought up paper.
I did not bring up paper. I just talked about the Shirami, the butt eye, the Japanese myth.
No, not you.
But
He brought up
I-
paper.
But I...
He said that they made the
But
buildings out of
I-
paper.
And if you can, Bigfoot, Chupacabra,
Oh man,
El Chupacabra, is that what it is?
Chupacabra.
I know what chupacabra is.
Chupacabra. Chupa Chups.
I know what it is, dude. There's this kind of bat, and
Yeah, and it gets mange.
yeah, and it basically it's famous for being one of the only bats that can run. And if you watch
That's
videos,
fucking
it's
amazing.
terrifying, man. And
I love bats though.
but-
Bats are like one of my favourite
do you know
animals.
what? Do you know
They're
how
so
it
cool.
feeds?
A bat that can run.
It jumps onto cattle and it feeds off their blood, just like chupacabra.
What, like in like
And-
the little vampire
yeah,
where they're like
and it's from
feeding
Mexico.
off-
Put 2, 3 all together. You've got
That's
yourself
some
a
Day of the
chupacabra.
Living Dead.
Like this
Halloween
video
shit.
if you want in the future for us to talk about other myths and legends. But the butt eye is still the best one.
We'll
But
we'll catch
eye
a
is
bat and bring it in.
unbeatable.
100 likes.
Ah, yes. Okay. Right. Where the fuck are we going with this? Sorry again on my phone because here at the Threeskins we like to discuss what topics we're talking about far in advance, but we don't actually get things ready
Not
until
normally that far.
No, we don't actually get things ready
Like a
until we
couple
start.
minutes. Go on.
Again, for this podcast, we all had to come up with like 2 things each, which you'll find out about later. And I haven't done mine, so I'm going to sit and do mine.
Whilst we talk.
What have we all been up to?
Me and Greg had a little bit of an argument earlier.
You did. Bastard.
I'm sorry, Greg.
Yeah, you should be, you fat cunt.
That's Greg's way of saying, I know, Matt. It's okay.
Do you want to tell us what the argument was about, or do you want to just leave it? Draw a line in the sand?
Oh no, Matt gets angry because I don't tie up after the podcast. That's it. That's literally all.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah, Greg can't go, yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. He goes, no, but it's your fault because you stood in my way. Anyway, let's not get back into it.
That's not what I said.
We've
but-
already made up. And, yeah, we've got some what ifs. I think we're going to do 2 what ifs each. So it's going to be 6 overall. And if you want us to do any more what ifs, comment
Situational
below.
comedy is funny as fuck because we can make stuff up.
What sitcom?
Well, usually when you.
With a laugh track.
It's usually good when you have someone funny doing it.
Suppose. Well, we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll just be really
Can I just
political.
point out?
It could
Out
be.
of us 3.
Who's the funniest?
Out of us 3, yeah.
You, but it's unintentional.
No.
That's why it's-
No. You might be right in the fact that you are the funniest, yeah?
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't say that, but.
However, I've been called funny more times than both of you.
True. You will get that, but that's because
Have you been called funny more times, or
You're
have you
like
been
part
told
of like a
that you look
1.3
funny?
million subscriber goddamn YouTube channel. I don't know how. I mean, Lewis had that, but he hasn't.
Yeah,
had
do you
that
know
on
why?
YouTube for,
'Cause
like,
I'm
2
funny.
years Now. Now, a lot of the comments are like, "You guys are not funny."
I think there's more comments saying that Lewis is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You go back in time, that's probably like the majority comment for
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Americans don't like memes. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Neither the English.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
I think the thing about like why people don't like Lewis is because
Is this a topic? Is this what we're talking about?
they see him as like a.
No, this is what if
They
people actually like
they
Lewis.
see him as like a lesser man because he hasn't got like a big beard and he's not chunky.
No,
Do you
genuinely,
really
that
think
is
that?
part of
I honestly, dude,
You guys think that?
I think that's. Oh
It's
yeah,
not all of it.
He also
just-
used to moan a lot. No offense, but
Oh yeah, no, I did. But that was my thing. I'm not saying it was fake.
Lewis-
I did used to get fucking annoyed about shit, but
He's
that's
moaning
why
now.
that's why
No,
it was good
this
because
is-
we
yeah,
all had
no.
our own.
Yeah.
Lewis
It's all
Lewis
about
now
dynamics.
isn't the Lewis that you know.
Yeah, Matt was saying this to me. Apparently, like, you used to throw chairs at people.
But you got.
You
No,
used to,
no,
can
no.
you remember
I
when you
didn't
used to get,
no,
you
I
used to
didn't
get
know.
really angry
No.
and you go, "Duh!"
I didn't used to throw chairs at people. I used to throw chairs at Matt.
Okay, yeah, I don't
He's
blame
a
you.
cunt.
He
No,
is a cunt.
But like at the end of the day, like I think people forget that when I started Where's My Challenge, I was 16 years
18.
old.
18.
No, I was.
You were
16.
18 for 2 years.
Yeah, I was. Oh, I was 18 for 2 years.
You
Yeah.
bastard.
But yeah, so of course I'm different now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
of
man.
course I am.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
if I
was...
was in a YouTube
If
channel,
I
was
was-
I like 16?
Dude, if you watch me, even in like Screwball days, I don't know, have I gone back to that?
What's a screwball? Look at your hair, dude. Yeah. You
You were definitely a lot skinnier back then.
Dude.
But,
Yeah, dude, you were skinny as fuck back
you used to
then.
do flips and shit.
Yeah, look
No,
how that helped my
no
legs.
longer.
Yeah, man, before disabilities.
Right, have you two been up to anything else? I'm struggling to. I'm really trying to make up these what ifs, but like I just get caught in the
Dude,
conversation.
don't make them up, just like that.
Don't make them
Oh.
up. Just make them up.
Oh, yeah.
What,
Make them up quicker.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't do this beforehand.
I know. I was gonna do it earlier, but I fucking rushing around doing shit. So.
Oh, I've also got another thing to say. I'm on Tinder at the moment, so if you live in the vicinity and you want to date me, find me.
Oh fuck! I had a picture a while back.
I
There
don't
was
know
a,
if you probably don't keep that
there
in.
was a.
Keep
I
it
was
in.
I was gonna put
It's
it
fine.
on the I was gonna put it on like the Threeskins Instagram or something. I remember being in town like a couple of months back, and there was a bloke who had like a food store, and it was like burgers or kebabs or something. And he had a sign up. It was like his own business, and he just worked for himself. And he had this sign up that said like, "Oh, you can find us on Facebook at Greg's Kebabs. You can find us on Twitter at
Greg's
or you can."
Kebabs.
And then it said, "Or you can
That's
find
the last fucking
or you
kebab
can
I'd
find
wanna
me
eat.
on Tinder as Sexy Greg or something." And I took a picture of it, and I was gonna put it up.
Oh, mate, that sounds like me.
Extra Greg.
Bevan was like, "Don't put it up," because people who actually think
I'll have a kebab off of that boy.
it was at the time. So you were not single, and she was like, "Yeah, don't put that up." And I was
It's
like,
still funny, though.
"Yeah, I know," but I was kind of like,
know,
"Yeah,
man.
I
But
don't
you
want
know
to."
my humour's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I didn't want to upset anyone though. But...
Yeah, Greg, you don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, can you tidy up a bit?
I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't give a fuck.
Bollocks to this! I'm just gonna make these fucking.
Yeah, you're gonna make them up?
I can't.
Just impulse.
I
You
can't
get to get
think
messed up.
while we're talking. So
Guys.
Can I use the one that I came up with already?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
We're
nice.
basically at the moment, what's going on at the moment is one of us becomes Drew Carey and says something, and then the other people feed off it. You remember what's that show?
Who's
Some line,
who's-
sniffer line.
yeah? Who's
Sniffer line off a.
who's coked that?
Whose
Whose coke is that anyway?
It's coked that. His line is
That
anyway.
program is
Okay.
so fucking shit.
He doesn't like it. It's got some funny
Really, I'm
moments.
surprised you don't like it. It's quite good.
Yeah.
Same as
what
mock-
we're doing
same
is,
as, like,
is
mock the
basically the
week.
same thing.
Oh no, more.
Yeah,
the
but
Week's
ours
bad.
is
I don't-
funny.
More the week's bad. I don't like more the week.
No, I'll tell you what.
Wait a minute.
I mean, I know that I like to use really, really poor shit, edgy humor, but I'm not as bad as that Scottish guy. Because
that
his
Frankie
stuff
Boyle.
is just like the Queen.
Name something you wouldn't like to hear in a book. Kids with fucking cancer and AIDS. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, like I like
Wow.
I like cancer and AIDS,
That
but
sounds
not
really familiar.
Yeah, but that's not what mine would be. Mine would be something more inventive. It'd be like, what would you not like to read in the book? It'd be like,
is this what we're doing? Is this a...
cancer, kids with cancer and AIDS.
Oh, dude. I'm going to put a link in the description to donate to a charity. I think we deserve to do that from
I suggest.
There's
that
already a link in the description for charity. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Threeskins fucking PayPal. God knows we need it.
We didn't get any donations like this week.
No, things have been a bit of a mess recently in terms of uploads, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we kind of skipped it, and now the views have gone down. But
Yeah, but
this is what you're gonna do.
doesn't matter.
Listen to me. I'm Darren Brown.
That's what you're gonna do.
No, good.
Man tricks, motherfucker.
Darren Brown. You know he does this a lot.
He also shaves his head.
You should.
He has sex with me.
You should watch. You should go on the look Threeskins. Yes.
You see,
Playlist. Yes. Watch them all. Yes.
you know,
That's
I
fucking-
watch the shit he does, and I'm always like, would I? Fall
I
for
like.
that?
We've seen
I don't
him.
think we saw him like.
We saw him live.
I don't. Would we fall for his shit though? I don't know. If
Yes.
I would.
You know what the thing is?
Do you think we would?
Yes, because we're quite.
No.
No, but I think the reason I wouldn't is because I would intentionally
Do you mean
go
like
something insane that he wouldn't want the audience to hear.
Everyone says
do you
that,
mean
though,
like
but
do
they
you
don't
mean
do
like
it.
seeing him live, or do you mean like the social experiments he does where he's not even there? Because
Oh, either of them, really.
all I'll say is this: is like if I was actually in the vicinity, like he was on stage or something, I'd be very skeptical of what I was believing and what I was hearing. I'd be
Yeah.
analysing everything. But you can watch stuff on the telly. Like, did you watch that thing he did on Netflix called The Jump or something? Where like he did a social experiment to see if someone would push someone off a roof, and there was that whole elaborate story. You can watch it.
Push right off.
Yeah, but you can watch it and be like, "This is fucking mental. How can anyone?" But when you're put in a social situation like that, you
Dude,
just go with it because
listen,
it's real to you in that moment, isn't
Every
it?
single
Yeah.
time that a Darren Brown thing happens, yeah, he's always like, right, we got 100 people in, and we all got them to like go through certain tests
We
and stuff.
did a
And
test
we
to realise which one was the
and then we
biggest
sent
bitch
them away
that
for
was-
3 months, and then suddenly they've been invited to like this crazy thing that they've never been to before.
Did you see the thing he did on the jump? How he got?
I'm not saying it's fake, by the way.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's very bizarre.
It's kind of fake.
Did you?
It's like
The
half
thing
fake.
he did on the jump to determine which fucking specimen he would use for his gimpy little social experiment. There was.
Dude,
There was a-
just hack their internet history. You don't need to do all that hypnosis shit.
It was, mate. I'll tell you, what, hypnosis shit. It was the most fucking play school thing I've ever seen. It was bizarre. He had a room full of chairs, and one by one, these people would start coming in, right? And he was like, "We're gonna see how easy these people are to manipulate." And it's like the first guy in the room who was already in there, he was a stiff, like he was in on it, and basically, he did something like they said, whenever someone walks into the room, you stand up. For no fucking apparent reason.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
You stand up. And then, like, some people would walk in and see him stood up and just be like, what the fuck are you doing? And then some people would come in and sit down and see him stood up, and then they would just start standing
Yeah.
up. And
Well,
it's like,
well, when
and
it's like a noise.
oh, you're easy to manipulate. And it's like, what
No.
the fuck are you talking about?
No. I'll tell you what it is about that,
Mad.
yeah.
That just tells you who.
Darren
goes
Brown.
to church and
Darren
does
Brown doesn't. All of those little testings that he does, he's never invented them.
No,
they've all
sorry.
come from like.
it. Yeah.
I got that wrong. It wasn't every time someone walked in the room. I swear there was a noise.
Yeah.
It was like a big boop, and every time it went off, they would stand up like that, and it was just, and then
Oh, you just see
the
who
normal-
stands up.
yeah,
You remember
because
the
some people were just like, what the
prison
fuck's everyone-
experiment? Around that time, there was like dozens of other different experiments, and Darren Brown has just taken experiments from then,
Yeah.
applied them to now. See, I love Darren Brown. Okay, I think he's amazing.
It's great.
Don't believe
he's-
everything he
He's
says.
he's a great illusionist.
He's a great showman.
He's a showman. You shouldn't take everything he says literally. Like
But I think that's
a lot
that's
a lot of the mind stuff he's doing is all fake.
I
And
think-
he
yeah.
does it to hide his other illusions.
I think that's applicable to.
Bullshit.
Oh dear! I think that's applicable to literally everything though on the telly on the internet.
He
Don't
does-
believe anything you read. if
especially
you...
these people. They're amazing showmen. They're called psychics.
Mm.
They're great at their craft.
We'll talk about that.
No, I mean it's fine. We can move on to the next subject. Let's go.
I went to
No, you didn't.
I went to like a seancey thing once,
Did you?
but I don't think I'll talk about it. Maybe I'll talk about it at a different time.
I think we should have a
Halloween.
saying.
I need to-
I
I
think
need
we need
to-
to get a Ouija board.
It was
do
one of the
some shit.
funniest things I've ever done in my life. It was brilliant. It was amazing.
We're on top of ancient Roman burial ground.
Oh, right. Well, it wasn't a
We
seance.
actually
It
Yeah.
wasn't a seance. It was that thing.
We're
you know,
haunted by Shakespeare.
you know when you
So,
sit in a circle with people and they go,
shit,
has anyone got anything coming through? And you go, yes, I can see a man. It was one of those. And then you'd be like, does anyone recognise this man? And someone would go, I do. That's my father. It was one of them things. I was just sat there like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm feeling like a sea A C.
I was respect.
My grandma's name was
I was respectful.
My father died in a sea.
I didn't say nothing, but it was just, my father died in a sea. Fucking hell. You know, I didn't say nothing, and I tried because I mean, like, you believe in that shit if you want to, and just. But I just remember like
You can believe in that stuff if you want it. It's still funny.
It is funny. Yeah, that's the thing. Don't expect people to not laugh to not laugh at you. It is funny, but believe in what you want. But yeah, I didn't say anything when I was there, but I just remember driving home being like, "What the fuck was that?" Maybe I'll talk about it if anyone would like to.
Did they do the thing where it's like everyone put your hand on the table and it like all?
No, we were sat in an like basically it looked like a little like village hall, and everyone was just sat in a circle around the room in chairs. And
do you know how that works? That
people's knees.
No. What happens?
What when a table levitates?
Yeah, when a table levitates. This is how they do it. Okay, just a little. Breaking the magician's code, Mac version.
You're gonna have the fucking Scientologists and the magic circle after you.
Remember the end of that? It's me, the magician no one knows. When he revealed himself, it was the fucking gayest shit.
Everyone was
like, who? It was me all along.
I think people were expecting like one of the
David
big
Copperfield.
magicians.
I remember watching that fuck. You know, like when the Stig was revealed.
It's like
and
some
it was
Spanish dude.
Yeah, do you remember when like Michael Schumacher was revealed as the Stig, and everyone was like, "Wow!" Could you imagine if it was just some random man? Wow!
Yeah, but was it really
what?
him?
No, of course it fucking wasn't.
It's still quite clearly just a random dude. They just
of course it is. But obviously they didn't have Michael Schumacher come down and film every fucking week.
It cost him a fucking fortune.
And Michael Schumacher's been a vegetable for like 6 fucking years.
Has he?
Yeah.
He got done in by a bit of a.
And the Stig's still on Top Gear.
Hey man, you lived that life. You got the risks.
No, he didn't. He didn't do it in a. It was a skiing accident.
Oh.
And I heard.
Really?
And I heard about it.
So bad.
I heard about
pretty
it.
Anticlimactic.
While I was skiing. I was in.
Well, you didn't get turned into a
No,
vegetable.
I was in Finland skiing, and then on the news it was like Michael Schumacher has been injured in a skiing accident. Like
what?
Wait, why is that anticlimactic? There's
It's
probably
like,
a lot of climbing involved.
Not anymore. But
oh, guys, these jokes are going downhill.
I'm just saying.
Right.
You live a whole life of like racing fast cars.
this is a steep slope of bad material.
God.
Is there a video of it?
I love you, Shuey.
I don't know.
I remember
still
when I was
alive?
kids, it was.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's just like.
He was
Can
like
he talk yet?
I
Greg.
think so.
I'm just asking.
No, it was on the news the other day. If we're
Yeah, I swear.
talking current affairs, I'm pretty sure I heard he's making a good recovery, but
Good.
he'll never
that's
do
good.
like shit he did
Well,
before.
he's getting older now.
But his son is like, I think going through the ranks of. I don't really.
I don't get Formula One
I'm not interested in
It's
it at
not
all.
interesting.
No.
at all.
My granddad loves it. He just sits there for
What?
ages watching it. And
What's
I'm just like, this
interesting
is so
about it?
fucking boring.
I like the motorcycle ones, but only because like people proper die.
I went to a motocross event once. That was
No,
fucking
shit.
sweet. You know, like on the proper dirt bikes and that,
yeah,
and the jumps.
yeah.
I went to one of those. That was fun.
That
I've
sounds
got an
good.
idea for motorbikes. Yeah. So, you know that if you're driving a car versus driving a.
Is there a lot of room behind me?
Hey, you're fine.
Is that alright?
Yes.
It's just because I keep leaning forward.
That's
and I'm
fine.
just thinking, no, that's alright. Go on, sorry.
If you're driving a motorbike versus driving in a car and you have a crash, more likely to be
Dead.
Maimed, killed, destroyed.
mushed, paced.
Dude, I didn't. Did I mention it? That a person like I drove past someone.
Yeah,
just
on your
died.
thing, yeah.
From
That's
a
horrible.
motorcycle crash on my
Yeah.
driving test.
I
You
haven't.
did mention
I did that.
The first thing that came to my mind is I'm glad I've got all this metal around me to protect me. Fucking hell.
But you see, the thing is though about motorcyclists, and it's not all of them. I'm not saying all of them because there are car drivers on the road that are fucking useless. But the majority, and this is just my opinion, the majority of motorcyclists I've seen are they're crazy.
They are insane.
And I'm so
They are.
sick of all this think bike shit being stuffed down my throat. The amount of times I've nearly killed a motorcyclist, and it's not my fault.
No.
It's like going up
It's
up a line of traffic at like 80 miles an
like
hour.
all
It's
the
like,
country
what are
roads you've got up
fucking
like
doing?
north of here, yeah, where like it's all national speed limit.
Yeah.
You can be going like 50, 60 on like these national speed limit roads, round these fucking corners, and they're still trying to overtake you on corners and shit.
Mate, they're
at like
mad.
70 miles
They're
an hour,
fucking crazy.
and I'm just like,
And
dude,
then-
how do you know that there's not a car coming?
And
or
then
some
if they
shit?
crash, it's your fault.
I was in
exactly.
traffic once, 2 lanes of
Yeah.
traffic, and I swear to God, a motorcyclist came up the middle of me doing a wheelie. I swear on my
Why?
life. I was in the middle of town. I just said, and I looked that close to my wing mirror. He's like like that. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing,
Dude, when you get those impulses
Bruh.
as a kid.
Yeah, like hot fuzz.
I always used to think like in a, like a gridlock, and then there's like motorbikes go through. It's oh, dude, I could just whip the car.
I was
door
literally
open.
about to say, can you tell that story about how you didn't like picking your nose in the car as a kid because you thought you touched your brain? But you've already spoken about that.
I have, yeah.
That's how long we've been doing this.
And
This is the 34th
I can nearly
podcast.
get my second knuckle
Mate, Rogan's been doing like 1,000.
into. I can nearly get my second knuckle into my brain cavity.
I touched my brain. Okay. And
Lewis nearly broke his foot. So
yeah, I've got a boo boo on my toe playing football
I
last
think
night.
I broke my thumb.
I had to go to the doctors this morning. What have you done to your thumb?
I've just hurt it.
Doing what?
From the golf.
Power wanking.
The
Oh,
golf?
the golf.
Yeah, the golf. Like.
Oh yeah, are you doing anything with that
feels
footage?
Fucked.
I've got it.
Is there going to be anything?
I mean, we could probably put something out, but it is the
Just
the
put it
lighting's
out. We
bad.
can put it out midweek
Yeah.
if you want. Just like,
All right, then we'll leave it up to. We went to the driving range recently, not to make a proper video. We just went to the driving range for a laugh and brought the camera. The shots aren't that great, but if you're interested in seeing that,
We got one of those fantastic shots from Lewis from behind, and him hitting through the golf tee, and missing the ball.
it was so weird. I used to play golf.
You started off really
Yeah,
well.
no, I used to play golf, but that was like years ago. I stopped playing golf when I was about 13, and I could just remember tiny little snippets. And I got there, and I was like, I haven't hit a golf ball in nearly
Oh
10
god,
years.
I've had some weird questions. That's how you go.
And I started off, and mate, I just winged it, and I was fucking,
You were yeeting him.
fucking over 100 yards, and then by the end of it, I couldn't hit it once. I couldn't even hit the ball, let alone like not go that.
Are you sure it wasn't the,
I don't know what it was.
the clubs?
I think it was because I was winging it at first, and then
Yeah.
the more it was like, oh god, I am actually okay at this. I need to start thinking about what, and then the more I started thinking,
Dude, I did complete opposite.
yeah, you were the complete opposite. You started like fucking smashing the floor, and then by the end, you were fucking yeeting them. We completely.
We need to go
mate.
down there with some drivers.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
good.
man.
Wonk. That's the noise they
They
make.
won't hurt your wrists either because they're super light drive.
Yeah, no, they're really fun.
They're like aluminum, aren't they?
Yeah.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
Right, guys. I have, instead of what ifs, we've got some whys.
Why if?
I
Who,
found,
what
right,
if, when, where?
I found
Right,
this.
hang on.
Riffies.
Right, so are we going into what ifs now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Bang.
Should we, instead of what ifs, I found the 100 worst, the 100 dumbest questions that have been asked to Yahoo. You remember
I mean,
Yahoo
anyone that
questions?
uses
Yeah, I was
Yahoo's
just about to
fucking
say, like,
dumb
like-
anyway. Like,
Yeah, no, we already know the clientele of.
Should we
Yeah.
do that then?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that alright?
Well, you want to do that instead of what ifs?
Well, it's just because I've got so many here.
Well,
Oh, do you know-
You can
do you-
shoot through some. Go. Just shoot.
did you ever watch that ridiculousness thing?
I was
Always-
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it always
Wait,
used to
wait,
make
is
me
that the
laugh
one-
with Rob Dyrdek.
Who's that?
The one. Robin Big.
I'm
Oh, the
skateboarder.
Oh, it-
What?
And he wears like the shitty hats.
He always
and
wears.
tries
He's
to
covered
be
in
cool.
Is it DC?
DC.
Yeah, he's like in
He's
his
always-
30s
he's
and he
case-
dresses like a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to do a feature at the end of that ridiculousness where he was
Mr.
like,
Fashion.
I just put two random words together and I see if I could find a funny video, and I searched it on Bing, and a big screen would come up in the background. And he'd be like searching on Bing, and it's just like I used to watch it like, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, but
This is. It's
they
so
tried
hard.
really
Who's
hard.
ever used Bing? Like,
This will revolutionise your porn searching.
I tell you one thing though.
Bing.
Yeah, Bing is great for porn, and also
Why
I'll
is it
say
any
that-
different than
Dude,
normal?
Google. I've noticed it, especially in the last year. Google's getting worse for searching for stuff.
Do you want to know why? 'Cause
specifically
that's-
porn.
that's like the
It's-
first
yeah,
3
'cause
or
they
4 is
get- yeah.
ads.
No, but not just that. But you go through a few, and it just there's nothing relevant, and it's terrible for porn. Let's be honest. Bing is just superior
Bing.
for porn
why is Bing any better for porn than?
because
than...
they don't restrict content in the same way Google does.
'Cause you just-
Google will just refer you straight to Pornhub, whereas Bing would get you into all the weird.
It gets like you
What
type.
that you couldn't find?
No,
on
no,
Google?
no, no. It's not like that. You can type in whatever you want to watch, and then it has it from every site. So if you're instead of searching just on,
You're not, and you're not just restricted to Pornhub, because literally, if you type in any kind of porn term on Google, it'll be like 1,000 Pornhub videos.
do you want to know why? Because Google and Pornhub are like this.
Which is funny because you're gonna have to fucking add your driver's license
What?
if you
I
want to
think
have
one
a
thing,
wank
Pornhub is pretty. They do a lot of charity work. And
They're a
stuff,
good company.
What ifs? What ifs? Sorry.
What if?
Fucking
don't
hell.
they?
What
What
if-
if Pornhub didn't exist?
Now what if? What if?
We have a lot of
Pornhub-
serial killers out there. I'm telling you that.
What if Pornhub made a section for YouTubers who get demonetized for doing stuff that's a little bit out there?
I'm still surprised that they haven't branched out from.
That's
porn.
the thing. It's called Live Leak.
Not really.
No one cares.
Yeah,
But
no
you
one.
can. There's loads
Yeah,
of
but-
places you
Right.
can upload explicit content.
I'm sure she won't mind me saying
Yep.
this, but Mimsy was on Live Leak, and she ate like 3 Carolina Reapers
Why'd you do that on Live Leak?
because someone took the video from YouTube and put it on there.
Oh, she didn't put it on there.
No, I don't think she put it on there.
Okay.
And all the comments were like, "Yeah, I lick her fucking hot shithole." That's just what Live Leak comments are like.
man,
But-
lively comments are just bad.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're uploading on a website that is just for explicit content that you can't upload anywhere else, expect explicit comments.
Yeah. No, but Live Leak is bad. Like, you,
Yeah, it's
like,
a fucking horrible
'cause-
website.
'cause
You go on there
obviously-
and watch people getting beheaded and
no,
shit.
yeah, but that's
Like-
the,
I don't think they have that anymore.
No,
Really?
they're starting to restrict certain things. It's like,
Brilliant.
I think what they're trying to do is they don't mind death on there, but as long as it's not like gratuitous death, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's okay to
Okay, just like a
mo-
shooting from a CCTV,
yeah, like a motorcycle,
but not like GoPro.
yeah, no, like with the New Zealand attacks, they've banned that. I think.
I haven't seen any of that. I haven't searched
That's
for it.
because
but
they're
Yeah, I don't-
being
I
really
don't
good with
search
banning
for
I
it.
don't
Everyone-
look for that.
everyone's
I watched
banned
the
it.
Why would you want to watch?
I watched
Yeah,
the
no,
Vegas
I-
one. The
I-
Vegas one was horrible,
Yeah, Vegas one was bad. I saw that. People just dropping it. It's horrible.
awful.
Oh yeah, I remembered something as well. I don't know why this popped into my head just now. Do you remember in the Mandela Effect podcast we were talking about Tankman?
Yeah,
Mhm.
They're making a film about him.
Yeah, you said.
yeah.
Did I tell you in the Discord?
You told me.
Oh, I forgot. I had
The
I'd sent
secret
you-
Discord. Maybe we should make a Threeskins Discord where we just have like people that are like fans.
I don't want to talk to any of them.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, guys. So here's a question from, and please try and keep it with
PG.
not
So
PG.
these are dumb questions that people have asked on Bing.
no Yahoo.
Oh, Yahoo, sorry, on Bing.
Yahoo.
Okay, so we're not even doing what ifs now. We're just because we might
see how
we
how
might
many of
as
these-
well just
let's
do
see how many of
this.
these we get through first.
cock and balls. We might as well
Spill
just
shit on
do.
my carpet.
There's nothing in it. I drank it all, motherfucker. Right, just fire off, Matt. Let's just
Go
go.
on, shoot 'em.
These are like reading them back is just
Not as
stupid.
funny.
Yeah. How do I?
Just go.
How do I make my friend poop herself?
I mean, there's quite a few ways you could do that. Well, obviously, spiking them with laxatives is the best thing. I mean,
Pickle-axe.
anyone that's watched the Mr. Bean movie knows what's up. You know?
or just
I felt so bad for that dude.
take him for a KFC or something, and then tell him that your toilet's out of
dude,
action.
KFC fucks my bowels up.
No.
Man. Turns it liquid.
Ken's.
Oh, mate.
In England, we got this thing called Ken's Fried Chicken, which is like a KFC
Dude,
rip-off.
I've
and it's
never
the worst
heard of
thing
that.
ever.
Ken's Fried Chicken turns my poo into something that's not a solid. It ain't a liquid and it ain't a gas. It's some sort
It's
of
a plasma.
some sort of like.
I've never heard
What,
of Ken's
glue on
Fried
plasma?
Chicken, but I tell you what, I've caught myself in London at like 2 a.m. sometimes, and the only place that you can find is like a chicken cottage, and that stuff is just like fucking nuclear waste.
It's
That
crazy.
stuff's fucking.
I don't know
mad.
what they do to the chicken, but they
I don't
do
even know if
something
it
bad.
is chicken.
I have to apologise, guys,
Mm.
because I was wearing my shoes earlier and I was sweating my feet and my shoes, and now my feet smell.
We're used to it. It's fine.
I can't.
And my sense of smell.
I
is
genuinely
gone.
think I'm just used to your smell now, because I find you don't
Yeah.
smell anymore to me. I think I'm just used.
So
to
when,
getting
when we
used to the
first
musk.
I
started
think it's
hanging
just
out,
stuck in my nose
Yeah,
hairs.
I don't blame.
when
you.
we first started hanging out, what was I stinky?
Yeah,
boy?
you used to fucking reek.
Of what?
Just shit. And your ass was always out. And it,
Yeah,
like,
always
you
out.
know, you know that
Still is.
horrible.
It's not that bad
It's
now.
always
No,
out. It's
but you know
always
that
out.
like arsey smell that's not like a fart and it's not like shit. It's just arse.
It's just
Swamp
arse.
ass.
And he would like bend over and picks that up, and just the whole room would just smell of arse crack.
Yes,
and it was
yeah.
like, bro, that's fucking disgusting.
I think I lost my sense of smell because because of just living with Matt and living with myself because I always stink. I produce really pungent body odor, and I don't know why. Maybe there's something in my diet. I don't know. Maybe
my body odor isn't terrible.
Mine's very pungent, but it's only here.
It's like
It's
burnt
always in the
toast.
If I eat like a really fucking strong
Maybe I'm
curry or
having a
something, I
stroke.
can smell it in my sweat. Like the
I
next
eat a
day.
lot of onion and garlic, so that might be it.
Might explain something.
You're
You've got
fucking
the worst
Dracula.
BO I've ever smelled.
It's very
It's
pungent.
fucking.
Isn't it?
It fills a room.
It's horrible. The thing is, I'm so used to it. But when
What if you couldn't smell your own BO?
If I go like this,
Oh, bro.
There we go.
if I go like this
No,
and then I sniff it,
BO.
I'm like, oh. It smells like rotten onion. I'd say.
I think
If you couldn't smell your own BO, it would make public situations like a lot easier if someone stank, because there'd be a room full of 50 people and 49 of them would be going, "You fucking hell," and one of them would just be sat there like,
that's it.
you're like,
That's me.
"You
That's already
motherfucker, you're the only one that's not bothered."
It's weird because I like.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to sit a bit more comfortably.
Why?
Can you hear me all right here?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah. Right. What's another one of these questions then
Yeah, go on.
that some retards asked Yahoo?
You can't say the R word.
You can use
We've
it.
said a lot
It's fine.
worse.
It's fine to use. I think it's fine to use it.
You can't use the W word.
Sorry,
As long as-
if you
Don't
put,
use the S word.
if
long as
you
you-
put into Google how do I make my friend shit
Don't use the
herself,
goo.
Yeah.
you're a retard.
The thing, I think it's fine.
You are a
As long as
retard.
you're not using it to label someone with learning disabilities, it's fine. You can
No.
use the word retard. It's fine. That's
Even
Guys.
even people with learning disabilities don't use Yahoo.
We've got
there we go.
it's,
We have it right
it's
there.
a different
It's-
different kind
these are
of
facts.
person.
Right, go on.
I've got the what ifs up.
All right. Shoot
Oh,
one.
so we've left the 100 list and
Yeah, because I was reading through it and I was like, this is funny, but then it's like when you have like a YouTube video and it makes you laugh so much, and then you show your friend and your friend's just like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's like everything I find funny.
Mm.
Like, just you show it to someone else and they're just like,
Mm.
you know,
My
That's what I was thinking when I was reading
my
through it.
normal friends outside of internet
Normal?
shenanigans,
yeah.
the amount of shit that I find funny, and I'll tell you guys, and it's like our humor, and I'll tell them, and they just look at me like, "You're the weirdest fucking person in the world."
What do
I'm
they
like,
find funny
oh,
then?
yeah.
like what? What do you say?
Lad
Theory,
Bible. I
lad
don't fucking
Bible.
know. Like, nah, they don't.
Lads,
but,
lads,
like,
lads, 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 lads.
do you know what I mean? They haven't been to the deepest, darkest pits of the internet like I have, and
I
it's
can't-
just like,
I remember
Too
back those
much.
days when you see that you browse 9gag. Oh, look at that funny raised
Lee
comment.
Gog.
Oh, look at that advice.
right,
animal
okay,
meme.
so we're doing what ifs. If you just rattle them off, if you've got a list on your phone that you found on the internet, you just rattle them off. We can come up with some, but let's
Okay.
just go through those.
Guys,
what ifs?
What would you do if you were if you discovered that you and only you could heal diseases?
I wouldn't heal anything. I'd just heal my own diseases, like aging.
No, Greg.
AIDS.
Think about this. You sell the powers like a
No,
psychic
but as soon
healer.
as someone finds out, they're gonna cut you up and find out what's giving you those powers.
Do you think
Oh man,
they cut up?
Don't trust the government.
Yeah,
don't
but they
trust
can cut
corporations,
you.
man.
They cut you, and then you like regenerate.
No, what I would do is I would start like a cult. And the thing is, only people within the cult would know about my actual healing powers. And if someone
sounds like Far Cry
but
5.
If someone left to go and we're like, oh, but yeah, he's got magic. They're just like, this
Dude,
guy's
we
nuts.
don't live in a day and age where you can keep secrets now. You'd have a cult and it would be released because someone would like tag themselves there on
Yeah, no,
Instagram, like just
You
cult
say that,
meeting.
but Scientology still gets away with their shit.
I know what you would. I know what would happen. It would be like a European.
No, what I would do is I would threaten
Grave
people.
smashing
I'm like, I
tour.
can heal diseases, but I can also give them. And then no one would ever question them. Like,
That's
fucking-
genius. you can't give diseases,
I will
but you
take
just
away,
tell people.
I'll take
that
away
you
your
can.
stage 4 cancer. And it's just like, oh, but I can give it to your children if you don't do what I say.
Oh fucking Christ, Jesus!
You know what I mean? Like you could control people.
Yeah.
That power.
Oh, you fuck.
You would love
I
that.
can give it to your
I
children.
would start a cult because I do honestly believe you just can't trust governments and stuff. They will try and cut you up or something.
Yeah,
They
you'd
would-
be
they'll
on
tr-
some lab
because to
table,
them
wouldn't
it's like,
you?
oh, corporations will do it. Because to them it's like,
So
well,
why
that's billions of
don't they
pounds.
do that with psychic healers?
Because even corporate like CEOs aren't that stupid. Oh my god.
God, fucking hell.
We already decided how we're gonna die, right?
What do you mean?
How you would want to die. I think we all say old.
In my own bed, at the age of 80, with a belly full of wine and a girl's mouth
There
around
you
my
go.
cock.
Here's one. What if you were a tree? What would you say to those who walk by?
I would say this.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's put it into an easier term. What if you were a tree in the Lord of the Rings, the ones that can talk? Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what do they talk about? Like fucking roots or something.
I mean, it takes them about 6 hours to say hello, doesn't it? But
what I don't get about them is like, what are they eating? Because they ain't got. How are they getting their water? Because they've got roots. They got legs.
yeah, but they're still
So
rooted. They still put their roots in the ground, don't they? Because they're trees.
Does it show that? Does it say that in the books? I don't think it does.
Well, I'm assuming because otherwise, how the
You've
fuck
both read
would
the
they
books,
grow?
haven't you?
Yeah, I've read the books. Yeah.
I've read The Hobbit. I have not read The Lord of the Rings.
You
I'm getting
nerd.
to it.
Fake fan. I've never read them.
All of a book to get through.
Yeah, see, that's why I never did.
Yeah,
I always used to ask Greg every couple of days, like, how's it going? He's like, oh god.
That's
I've
why
probably made about
I
2
love
more
The
pages.
Hobbit, because it's like I'd love to read Lord of the Rings, but that's so complicated. And The Hobbit is still that world and still that experience, but it's such an easy read. That book is so
it's so much
unbelievably
easier.
calming to read. Whereas I'm scared. I tried to read fucking.
There are bits where like he'll mention like Tolkien will mention like an elvish phrase, and then he'll go like 5 paragraphs explaining the history of how that phrase came to be.
Yeah, see,
that's the sort of shit that is it.
I tried to
Obviously,
read.
that's an exaggeration. But
I
that's the
tried
sort
to
of
read
shit
one of his
it
first
does.
books called like the Children of Hurin or something.
Yeah.
Bro, like 17 pages at the start just on pronunciation.
He
I was
loves
just
it.
like, fuck this shit.
Well, his actual job outside of making Lord of the Rings was he was like I forgot what they're called, but basically a linguist, and that's why he was so good at inventing.
Kind of linguist.
Yeah, that's why he was so good at inventing new languages.
They're a good rap group, the Cunning Linguists. I'm not even joking. They don't.
That does sound like exactly
Never
like
heard of that.
Guys, what? Have you ever taken a shit in a public toilet?
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
1,000 times.
yeah.
Have you ever taken a shit in a public toilet and there hasn't been any toilet paper?
Yep, loads of times.
Can't say that's happened. No.
You just gotta embrace the swamp ass.
I took a shit once. My friend owns a shop, and I took a shit in there, and there was no toilet
In the
paper.
toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had the toilet at the back, and the only thing I could find to wipe my ass with was a load of flyers, just like paper A4 flyers, and I just wiped my ass with.
For the circus?
Yeah.
Or the local wrestling show?
Here's some advice.
No, like her own the business. It was like, come down to this shop on the high street. Blah, blah, blah,
Did you hand them back?
No, I flushed them. No, I didn't.
If you want some good
Stuck
advice
'em to the
on
walls.
the best way to take a shit in a public toilet is to lift your legs up like this when you shit, because it spreads the cheeks more and you're less likely to get poo on the sides, so you have to wipe less. It's also if you at home, is good to have a stool and put your legs on the stool because it makes you poo better. Like, cause
We spoke about this. Yeah.
It's
The old poo.
it's like you go to Asia, they all like squat and shit. Man,
I need to get
they
one
don't
of
need to
them
wipe
poo
their ass
stools.
like we do.
I tell you what, like the last year.
No, they're called the stools.
Stools. Nice. I tell you what, the
And
last.
if you do it in public toilet, it's a stool in the stool.
And if you get somebody around to fit it for you, it's a stool installed.
Oh god.
That's fucking shit.
Can we stop?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've noticed in like the last year or so, like my shits, there's no in between. It's either solid as fuck and I'm constipated for a week, or it's fucking liquid. There's no in between ever. I need a poopy stool.
I have had one of the weirdest poos. I know we talk about this quite often, and I'm sorry. We're an all male podcast. Of course, we're going to be talking about
Detective
our vows.
Rectum's making a appearance again.
We can talk about women stuff.
This one time.
Periods are bad.
Yeah.
This
tampons.
one time, I had really bad poo. I was just
Drunk.
no. I was coming off morphine. This is like
I've heard
quite a long
a
time
lot
ago.
of bad stories about morphine. Pills,
and
man.
when you
Morphine's got a lot of
it bungs you up.
Yeah.
So when you stop taking it, it's pretty crazy, and you shit like.
Well, I
Like
remember
someone like fucking Triple H.
I watched
bad.
a show, The Young Doctor's Notebook, and it's about a guy who gets hooked on morphine, and like they went through all the symptoms of like when you come off of it, and it's like involuntary ejaculation, shitting yourself,
didn't
pissing
have that.
yourself.
I didn't
like...
have that one. I was only on it for a week.
No, but I think that's like if you're seriously fucking
Yeah.
like hooked
But-
on it. But
Yeah, no. So Right. Okay.
I remember like
No, no,
no,
I'm just trying to contextualize.
Okay, go on.
Oh, can you
How
get my
bad your
drink?
shit? How bad
Right.
your shit
So
was.
this is how it happened. Imagine
a big poo.
Imagine enema,
Yeah.
but then you put a butt plug up there to hold it in.
Yeah.
I did a poop that was rock hard. It went on the thing when it came down, yeah? So that comes out and almost immediately it's water. So it's gone from like this stone
I've done loads of
Wow.
shits like that.
to like...
and I'm not even on morphine.
No, and then the next time I did it, there was a big poo and it was coming out my butthole, but out the sides.
Oh.
like your finger over a tap.
Yeah, like a finger over a tap.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
What's Detective Rectum doing there, Greg?
Mate,
What's he doing?
he's fucked up on morphine. He
Yeah.
don't know what he's doing. That's the thing.
He's
Though,
high as a
when I
motherfucker.
was in hospital, I didn't take a poop the entire time I was there. Because first off, I was laid.
Is
He was
is
there
this-
for a year.
I was
Is
there
this when you broke your leg?
Yeah, I was there for a week on morphine, and I don't know if it was the morphine bunging me up, probably not. But I came home. I had lots of poo, but it was a normal poo. It was just lots of normal poo.
Lot of the poo.
I mean, like, if you ever pooed so much in the toilet that you look back into the toilet and it's just poo, and you can't even see the water anymore.
No, yeah, you look back into the...
Yeah, it's horrible.
You get up and you've got poo on both your bum
I tell you what,
cheeks.
that's only an English thing because in like America and Canada the water like goes up to your fucking balls. So it's
Really?
yeah, mate. Every time I
you get splashback.
dude, it's so fucking weird. Every time I was in Canada and America, my balls touch the water.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
Really?
Why
Yeah,
do you
it's like
shit
this,
like
and
that?
then like, yeah.
Because I've been to
You
America,
just
but I
sat
don't
in a
remember
puddle
that. That's
taking
weird.
shit.
Yeah.
They had a lot.
Mental.
America.
I'll tell you
I
who
probably
needs to
shouldn't talk
sponsor
about it.
us. We need to talk to a company that does B-days, vedettes.
Vedettes. I 100%.
You can install them.
They're
You can
genius.
install them
I think we need to get
from
one
the,
installed.
from the top bit.
Because
go
the thing
down
is
here.
that I mean, if you think about it, wiping your butt with paper and then going about your daily business afterwards with all this poop that's just been wiped with paper on your ass, that isn't that hygienic.
Well,
But-
it's not if you don't wash your hands afterwards.
No,
even
but
when
you
you wash
still
your
got
hands.
a lot, like all this dry poop that's just been smeared all over your ass crack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you would have to turn a bidet on with your hands, and everyone's poopy hands would be all over the fucking.
No, but not
bidet
if it's
tap.
No.
yours at home.
No. I hear that you can get B-day remote on your phone.
Yeah, and not just that, dude. Dude, I think we all need toilets like they have in Japan.
All right then. Okay, I've got a what if for you. What if you've just taken a shit on your bidet? Oh, no,
On
not
it.
on it. Not on it.
Yeah.
You've just taken a shit in the toilet, and you go and sit on your bidet, and you're in
No,
the
no.
house alone, and your phone dies. Then what do you do, mother licker? You just sit there with it in a
I do what I normally do and
puddle
go in
of
the
your
sink.
own-
You cup your hand, put it under the tap, and then go and wipe your ass with it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but wiping your ass with toilet paper is gross.
No, there's. I actually asked.
What the
I'm not going to
fuck?
say who because I don't like name drop him. But a very large YouTuber I spoke to about this, and he
When
seemed.
the fuck did this happen?
He seemed at one of the parties. He seemed. I don't even know why I brought it up, but he was like.
Keep going.
I was like, yeah, when I.
Go for poop.
When I go for a thing and there's no toilet paper, I tear up the actual cardboard of the roll and then use that.
How?
Do you actually?
Yeah.
How the
How
fuck
does
are
that
you doing?
work? That's too hard. Like,
Nah, man. Pretty good. It's like a proper, like, cardboard pooper scooper. But he said, no, that's horrible. I just clean it up with my hand and then wash my hand.
That's fucking,
that's
disgusting.
There's not
This
that's
geezer's a big
dude,
YouTuber.
I tell you what,
That's
because
fucking disgusting.
there's so
He
much,
didn't even like budge. I don't know if he was just joking,
That's
but
fucking.
that was funny.
there's
That's
there's
fucking gross.
There's too much wrong with that to even. Talk
He was
about.
just like, yeah, my hand's covered in shit, and then I'll just wash it.
Do you remember when Cole
Do you know
Pilkington
how
said,
hard-
like, if you ever get stuck with one bit of toilet
Yeah,
paper,
it's like the army
you
thing,
wipe
innit?
you wipe your ass with your fingers and then wipe your fingers with the toilet paper,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, why didn't you just wipe your ass with the toilet paper? It's like it's so
What- yeah,
so
but what-
far removed. Like,
It's just. okay, have you know when you wipe sometimes and you accidentally get a bit of poo on your finger? You ever had that happen? It's happened to me. But yeah, so and then you have to wash it off. Even that little bit of poop stinks, and you hand wash it like 5 times and you still smell it.
Yeah.
So what's he doing? Is it he's walking around with a shit hand every time? Oh, nice to meet you.
I did shake his hand.
Ah.
I'm not gonna say who it is, but they've got
I'm guessing
a high sub count, a very high sub count.
PewDiePie.
It was more like poo to my hand.
Who was it? Tell me now, and I'll censor it and blank it.
Really?
Yeah, I'll censor your mouth and I'll blank it on there. Who was it?
It was
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
I know, right?
That doesn't surprise me at all. I didn't even think about it, but I'm like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's what I do. That's what YouTubers do. They're so far removed from reality, they use their own hand and then.
See, yeah.
That's so fucking.
I'm usually alright. Like
it's unbelievably disgusting.
I think he's joking. I mean, her.
I bet
He or her.
I
It
bet
could have been
her
either.
wasn't.
or it or she.
It, G.
So what are we doing at the moment?
We're doing what if.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
got a
I've
tinny
got
match.
my what if.
Oh, God. Please don't make it anything racial.
You said I could do this, and it's not. Well, it's kind of racial.
Oh, God.
I mean, it specifically is, but you know, whatever.
Okay, I was
It's not
having-
racist. It's a
No,
good
'cause
question. Go on.
I was having this idea the other day. Okay, so let's imagine that.
No, I don't think we can do this.
No,
No. It's too far.
I'm thinking
It's too
maybe.
far after what we've been talking about recently, anyway.
It's interesting. I really would like to know, like,
Okay.
but
200 likes.
All right then. What about this? What if Donald Trump
Oh, fuck's sake.
okay,
isn't fake
Liverpool.
tanning
Oh.
and he is just genuinely Mexican, and he's
Or
it's all a big
or if he
trick.
has like jaundice.
Guys, it could be both. He could be a Mexican with jaundice. However, our last podcast got copyright striked by the Latinos.
It could, yeah.
Oh man, we're coming.
It
from-
actually,
And Donald
did,
Trump-
didn't
build
it?
the
Donald
wall.
Trump was
Build
on
the wall.
Build a wall.
If they build that wall, it's gonna keep copyright strikes out.
Oh yeah, but the thing is,
They're gonna throw that copy strike paper airplanes.
oh yeah, the thing
It's
is,
just gonna hit the wall.
yeah, but the thing is, you can put that wall up, you'll never see those Mexicans again, but you'll still hit. You can't sound block it. You'll still hear them Liberace bands.
Liberace bands.
Was it not Liberace? Is it? What is-
Liberace.
Liberace. What's
Liberace's a
that?
gay pianist.
Yeah, no. What is it? What is it?
Mariachi.
Mariachi. Did I say Liberace?
Liberace
fuck
bands.
is Liberace?
Dude, the
Oh, what that is?
you know at the North Korean border, they have like a wall as well. Well, they have like 2 walls.
Do they?
Yeah, and they play
It
like
makes sense.
music and stuff like they play like South Korean pop, like on loudspeakers to North Korea because it's like showing off our culture and stuff. do you think the Mexicans are just gonna go to the wall and just put all of like this Mexican music?
Imagine that. And it has to be that song.
Yeah, it's
I'll
just
tell
on
you.
repeat.
I'll tell you what. There is no bigger contrast in countries in the world that are that close to each other, but that is North Korea and South Korea.
Oh yeah, it's like
it's fucking
like
mad. The difference.
dictatorship and poverty.
Do you know
Yeah.
what?
And then it's like
I would love to go to South
K-pop
Korea.
and-
K-pop, yeah.
and
South
fluffy
Korea is the
cotton
second
candy.
most place I'd love to go.
Yeah, Japan's my number 1, then it's South Korea.
Yeah,
Japan's your number one place you like going
which
to
is
world.
expensive.
yeah.
You get like a
I
square
would like to go and
watermelons
see all the
stuff, can't you?
wackadoo shit that they've
Man,
got.
I would.
Wackadoodle.
I would
Wackadoodle.
get so much into the wackadoo shit, I would lose myself. I'd become.
Lose yourself in the music, the
Dude,
moments.
you guys-
the
I
wild-
think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning
let's say
Japanese.
we went together on a holiday for like 2 weeks. We'd get at the airport. I'd get distracted by some vending machine, and then you'll see me like.
With
then
fancy.
you'll
yeah.
see me like 2 weeks. Like you won't see me for 2 weeks, and then I come back, and I'll be like wearing like K-pop fashion or like J-pop fashion.
You
whatever it is.
you just stitched together
Yeah,
dirty
I've had,
underwear
like, yeah,
as a suit.
I've had like.
He's got like a dirty underwear
I've
mask.
had like facial surgery to make myself look Japanese.
He's got a big skid mark down his face and 2 eye holes
You know,
cut out.
Mate, I would go crazy.
If I was a wrestler, that's what I'd be. I'd be called.
I'd like
I'd
to
be
think
called
I would
Skidders.
at least because
And I
it
would-
seems just so insane over there.
I want to
Yeah.
be a Japanese wrestler called Skidders, and I have a pair of pants on my face with a skid
What
mark
do you
down
think
the
like
middle.
a J-pop nightclub's like?
Weird.
That
I
must
bet
be
everyone's
real
just
weird.
naked pooing on each other.
Guys,
I like it.
Just as schoolgirls just pissing on each other's faces.
Put an octopus up there.
come on, guys.
Buttholes.
Come on. Come on.
Eyes on their
Guys,
butts.
do you remember?
And walking around like this.
Okay, we discussed before this that we were going to make this one civil.
I'm just saying, we've all got dreams.
If you guys grew gills overnight, would you live underwater?
No, I hate the water. I hate the ocean.
Do you know what? That is so fucking weird because I swear to God on my life, a minute ago when I was trying to make up a what if, I randomly thought, what if we had gills and we lived underwater? Genuinely. But I was like,
Horrible.
that's boring.
Horrible thought.
Darren Brown.
Yeah, weird.
Hor-
Subliminal shit,
Absolute horrible
Like this
thought,
video.
that. Yeah, but if
Man.
we're
I couldn't
talking
imagine something worse.
if I grew gills tomorrow, would I go and live in the sea? Fuck no. Fuck that shit. But if I was born with fucking gills, I'm sure I'd go in the fucking sea.
I'd sliver off into land, man. Fucking like.
I'd fucking evolve and get rid of them gills.
It's like
Goddamn.
magic.
Yeah,
I
I fucking hate the sea.
I hate the sea.
sea.
It's like, even if you had gills, you go in the sea and you still can only see like a meter forward. I'd need echolocation. I'd need great white danger sensors. I'd need fucking hands that turn into fucking nuclear weapons to
I
get rid
saw
of the
that-
evil creatures that live in the depths of the sea.
I was watching River Monsters the other day and I saw one of the creepiest fucking things I've ever seen. Like, genuinely, like, you know when you see something that fills you with so much, like, dread that
Yeah.
like, you shiver and you feel sick? These things they're called blue holes, I think they're called.
Yeah,
And
man.
they're patches inland that look like ponds, but they connect through caverns. They connect through caverns that lead out to the sea, and
Yeah.
they're like in like South America and stuff. And there was this. He went out there and he heard this story about this little boy that was out swimming with his friends, got dragged under the water, and they found no fucking remains at all. And it's just like, and they don't know what's down there. And I was like, that is fucking disgusting.
Guys, that's just made me remember something.
What?
First off, cut.
Hello, wee break. Sorry.
I need to be in the centre a little bit more. That's better.
Ow. Right, where were we? The fuck were we talking about?
Dangerous rivers. No,
Oh,
we
yeah.
weren't. We were talking about.
If we had gills.
It's
Yeah.
just a
Gil!
it's
I
just a
hate
horrible thought,
I hate the
man.
fucking ocean. Fuck that shit. You got any more?
Yes. What if cats could swim underwater? That is one of them on there.
I would not feel bad about chucking kittens in a big sack into the
Swim.
water. Yeah, because they'll go under.
Get
and
out the
they'll be like,
car, swim!
so,
What should I do?
Yeah, what if cats could swim in the water?
Stay in the car.
What if?
I would just.
That doesn't affect me. I don't fucking know what if.
I'd feel less bad about.
Yeah, what
that
if you could
cat I
see
kicked
cats-
into a river.
If cats could
That
swim,
cat
if
you
cats could
kicked
swim in
into
the
a river.
water, cats would swim in the water.
Yeah, it wouldn't really change much.
Would it be?
No.
Would it be?
make bathing them easier?
Would it be? It would.
There
but-
wouldn't be as many cat owners on coastal areas. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's true because it'd just be swimming off.
Yeah, where's your cat gone? France.
I reckon there'd be like
Like-
cat swimming gangs.
Imagine cats going over to different countries via the like illegally. Like there's just English cats showing up on the shores of Calais. Like
Oh mate, they'd have to build a wall around the goddamn coast.
No, you could just do that in a box. Let's.
I knocked my kitten in the bath once by accident.
You locked it in.
No, knocked it in by accident. How do you lock someone in a
Accident.
bath?
My favourite thing is when you're bathing a cat.
Have you seen
and it's-
Prisoners? You can lock people in the bath.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that
I love like goddamn when you get a cat and you're washing it and it's just there like.
Have you washed a cat?
Dude, you got baby cats on a regular.
No, they
You don't
clean-
have to.
They clean themselves, man.
But
no,
it
they
is-
do clean themselves, but it's good for them. It prevents fleas.
Ticks,
and
isn't it?
Ticks as well.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah.
I can't imagine you
No,
washing.
you have to wash them with like a sort of like anti-ticks thing. And it's
No,
not
this is
possible.
rubbish. What I normally do is I lock them in a dog cage and then just spray them.
Oh man,
They can't escape.
That's the dream. That's the dream right there. We used to do something like that as kids.
Yeah, we used to do-
We have like this torture chamber we made where
this is great.
we would climb into tents, like these, like you know, like those tents you get kids that are like sort of like like things can like air and water can go through
Yeah.
really easy, and we would like lock one of us in there, and then we would spray ourselves. Well, the other person would spray first and see how long they can last.
The torture.
It was like it's like getting waterboarded. It was horrible.
You two are such fucking weird.
We
kids.
invented waterboarding.
You're weird adults as well.
We were doing that before Guantanamo. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, man. Pussies.
Robert Mugabe.
Nah, man. Where's he dead? Oh no, he's not actually. Is he?
You know what, that man will live forever.
Simple.
I don't know. He might be. Who fuck cares?
What
Right.
would you guys do if you were in the middle of a bank robbery?
Join in.
It depends on like.
I'd get up and they go, "Get down! Or we'll fucking shoot you!" And I'd be
Yeah.
like, "I want to cut.
I think.
I want to cut. This is looking like a good thing here. I want to cut.
You say that and they will just cut you.
Yeah. I want to cut. Okay.
It depends.
Very poor choice of words.
It depends on the mannerisms of the bank robbers. If they're like, "Fucking get down on the floor, I'll shoot you in the face," I'll be like,
Yep.
"Get down on the floor." And if they're just like, "Hey guys, I would like some money," I'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool. Is there ever just sit and just wait while you rob the bank?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, okay."
For some reason, I just had the thought of like a Family Guy skit where it's like, oh yeah, remember the time when I was in a 70s bank? Get down, everyone! And everyone's dancing.
Get down. Get down.
Because some thing is that some criminals
That didn't actually happen in Family Guy. That's me writing a Family Guy skit.
Some criminals actually
May
are
as
really
well have.
calm. Like it was that guy who robbed all that money from the airplane.
Oh, DB Cooper.
Yeah, DB Cooper. Apparently, he was like real chill, real nice. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm robbing this plane."
Yeah, no, what he did is...
That's the best way to be though, because that's scary. If someone
Yeah.
bust in like fucking robbing the place, be like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
If someone came in
he's,
like, "I'm robbing this
He
place."
handed the air hostess a note, and she just was like, "Thank you," put it in her pocket and walked off. And he went, "No, you need to read that note." And it's like, I am robbing this place. What ifs? Fucking fuck that one. Let's go on
Crazy.
to,
What ifs?
we've
Well, the what ifs I had in mind were probably not
What's
suitable
good?
enough to ever talk about.
now Greg's what if is probably like, what if you were gonna put your knob in a really fat woman's butthole?
What if dinosaurs were still alive?
Well, that's a good one.
Could you
actually.
slide down their back if you lubed it up enough, like from the top of the neck?
Like, oh. Well,
I swear
actually,
I-
yeah, because they were covered largely in.
Didn't I say that the other day? Or I definitely thought it.
Stole it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in.
That really confused me. I thought you got into my brain then.
Their integumentary
I did.
system
I did. That is
was
the-
largely like sort of fluffy. So yeah, you could like. So if you oiled it up with all that fluff, man, you slide down real nice.
Mm.
But it'd
Oil
be-
it up
but
with all that
thing
Witcher
is-
free content.
Oh man, there's no such thing. Witcher free and
So you
content
call
don't
it,
go in
innit?
the same. don't go-
Fluff. That's what you called it.
Yeah, but
wasn't it?
you can't put content and Witcher free into the same category.
I
Maybe.
will fucking fight you outside on the driveway.
Oh, well, we're gonna
With
use,
my-
we can use the ship fighting system from Witcher 3 to fight.
The fighting system on Witcher 3 is great.
It's all right.
What are you talking
I
about?
think- put my shield
You've
up.
got to download the thing first. Right, guys. First bit of current affairs. American passenger who demanded Taiwanese flight attendants wipe his butt dies in Thailand.
I can only take in one thing. What the
Mm,
fuck?
yeah,
Say
so
that
there's
again.
There's a lot of things going on here.
Yeah.
So where's this guy from?
America.
Just read the headline again.
So,
Like,
American
Okay,
passenger.
So what do we know about Americans? So number one, he's most likely obese. So he's a big boy. He's going to Thailand to bang little boys, or maybe women,
or little lady boys.
or the
Well, not anymore because
the
he's dead.
transitionary layers.
He's dead.
He died.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what did he die of?
I'm literally reading this off Reddit,
Okay.
and I haven't typed
So-
it.
I still
Like-
don't know what the headline is.
Right,
Can you read
American
it again?
passenger
Yeah.
who demanded Taiwanese flight attendants wipe his butt dies in Thailand.
Right, so he probably was obese then if he demanded somebody to wipe his ass. 'cause
No,
there's
there's-
no
I would
other...
love,
We're
I'd love
talking-
for someone to
We're
wipe
talking
my
like
butt.
a two-seater sort of fatty. You know
Like
what I
a
mean?
Yokozuna, yeah?
Yeah, how did he even fit? Because
Like a Rikishi.
Sometimes I struggle getting into the goddamn toilets in airplanes. How's he getting in there?
Dude, when I went
Fat
in the
people on
Amsterdam
aeroplanes.
toilets on the... You remember the
Horrid,
plane? Did
man.
you go on
Horrid.
in the toilets in that plane?
I don't normally go to the toilet on a plane unless it's like a really long flight. I normally just hold it.
Oh, mate, that's the issue.
The flight to Amsterdam's what, like fucking.
I usually drink
an hour
beer
and a half.
like before or during the flight, and
Same.
you just need to piss. You have to piss. There's no choice.
It's something to do with air pressure. I don't know. So yeah,
God, I haven't been on an airplane in ages.
apparently
man. 2
he
years.
moaned in pleasure while she was wiping him.
And how did he die?
No, I didn't look at that bit.
Oh, it's just that's what
With
he's
the-
famous for.
So
I
we
guess.
could just conjecture the next bit.
Taiwanese woman wipes his butt. I mean, if I was that woman, I would have been like, no
She
way,
did it?
Faye. Yeah, apparently.
Why'd she do it?
So it's from Taiwan, but then he dies in Thailand.
So I'm thinking it's probably a transfer
Because-
flight.
Are you going to come up with some sort of like plane land type fucking pun?
Come on, just do the pun. Go on. Get out of the way.
Because he was trying to fly to Taiwan, but he ended up Thailand.
I hope that plane to Thailand landed on time.
Yeah, so the most likely... Because the thing is that if an American's going to Thailand, especially on their own, and they're fat, they're most likely going there on a sex holiday. So
A sex holiday.
I'm thinking what probably happened is...
I want to go to
Right, you probably
Thailand
just had
for
a
the
heart
culture, but I know if I'm like, yo, I'm going to Thailand, everyone, they'll be like, you gonna fuck a lady boy.
When you said culture, I
Yeah.
thought you were going to say cock.
I don't think there's any... Like, a lot of people talk about like having sex with ladyboys like a bad thing, but like, if that's what you're into, nothing wrong.
It's not even necessarily what you're into.
As me and Greg
It's what the
said,
situation demands.
As long as
man.
they're 18 plus.
if
and
dude,
consenting.
Have you ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race, man? Some of them blokes are very, very good looking.
Yeah, you say that,
Very
but the
good
thing
looking.
about especially with RuPaul is they're all it's very like over the top. Like if they
flamboyant.
I know
It's
sometimes they
It's
dress
not
down.
always. I will show you
Sometimes
some
it-
pictures
yeah, I
later
know.
of women that you will be like,
they do dress down sometimes,
and they're
but
blokes.
when they're dressed up, it's just like
Lewis
Like-
Lewis used to be quite hot for dwarves.
oh really? Well, that's quite an interesting fetish.
No, it's not a fetish. don't
Do you remember that there was that show, wasn't it? Like
No. All I said was it was
tiny woman
No.
in
Tiny-
a big house or
like
something.
tiny women in a big house.
It was one of those stupid
No.
shows.
It was like all it was is that it was like Real Housewives, but for midget women. And there was one blonde.
You can't say the M word.
Yes, I can. Midget.
Wait, it's
Dwarf. All right, then there were a load of
No, it's
little people.
Oh,
women.
no, that's horrible.
Who
You
is
can't call,
fucked,
you
innit?
can't call them little people.
Little
that's
people is
horrible.
fucking ridiculous. Yeah,
Called
no,
dwarfs.
it was like a Real Housewives, but all the women were dwarfs or little people or whatever the fuck you like to
So
call them.
it's like.
But one
yeah.
of them was pretty good looking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look her up. What's her name?
I don't know. She was. I just remember she was blonde.
I think it's called.
Just Google like
I think
midget
it's called Little Women LA.
Little Women LA. Fuck.
God, they're up to like season 8.
Really?
So which one is it?
Her on the right.
On the right.
Yeah, man. Look at her, man.
Get a picture of this up.
She's all right.
She is alright.
I would.
If I was single,
I wouldn't.
100%.
A lot of people would like straight away say, "Oh, I wouldn't have sex with a little person."
she looks
But
a
I think I
little
would.
bit like
A little bit.
She looks a little.
I think there's anything wrong.
She looks a little bit like a midget Mina Savari.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I think there's nothing wrong. At the end of the day, like people with like issues.
Oh.
It's like would you get with an amputee? Of course you would.
Yeah.
Robot arm hand jobs that can actually be good because a normal hand job.
Just rips your dick off.
There's
in
no
one
such thing
power.
as a good hand job, but a robot hand job could be good. You never know.
That's right, though.
They could get like the arm attachment off and like a flashlight attachment.
Just like,
It does open a few doors.
It does. I quite.
Apart from dwarfs can't
if
do
there's
that.
any women without a hand out there, look it up.
sorry.
It's interested. I think it's cool.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, man. I'm like you can have any sort of thing with me. I don't mind.
It doesn't. Yeah. At the end of the day, it doesn't like. I wouldn't exclude a person just because of a certain.
No, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You got because sometimes it can float your boat and you might not expect it.
Yeah.
Because you can't choose what makes it.
You could throw a
You
midget.
can't
You can't
choose.
choose
You
what
could-
makes
you
it-
What
could-
makes your dick go
You
up?
could rag a midget around all over the room, man. If that's the sort of thing you're into, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out the
Like,
mattresses.
yeah.
I mean,
Like,
yeah. That's
Get out
your
of the
thing.
mattress. Ding ding. Fucking. No, you know what I meant.
I still, yeah, because I've never looked up midget porn, so I don't know.
It's
I've looked
how
it up.
it is.
I've looked it up
Called
for
dwarf porn.
laughs.
Okay, yeah, little people.
Li-
That doesn't sound good, little people porn. But yeah.
Oh, little Pornhub.
Oh, God,
Little
that's-
people
that's
Pornhub.
not- that's not
Okay,
good.
guys,
That's
come
not
on.
good.
Little people.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Okay,
Bring
yeah.
it back, bring it
Sorry
back.
to hear about the fat-assed man who had a little Taiwanese.
He probably
lady
died of a heart attack.
clean
He's
his
fat.
ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah. No.
Have you got a
no
current
sympathy.
affairs? I got a current affairs
Yeah,
story off the top of my head that I remember seeing the other day.
This is a current affair.
Do you want to do? You do yours first.
This news article only came out 22 hours ago. So it's
Okay,
very,
all right.
Oh, that's
It's-
very current. By the time people see this, it will be
Yeah,
like
122 hours.
So I don't know if you guys know what corporalites are.
corporalite.
Uh, it's-
Corporalites.
I think we got the same story.
Ah. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
we do.
Okay, go on then.
Okay.
I
so,
do not fill me in, Greg. I don't know what a corporalite
Yeah. So
is.
a corporalite is fossilized poop.
Which we actually were looking at in
Yeah.
the last video we made.
It's basically
on my
you
channel.
poop and it gets covered in sediment and it fossilizes. We found fossilized human poop.
I swear to God, I'm not joking. Every time I don't even do it intentionally. Every time he says the word fossil, I yawn. I can't
It's just
help
like-
it.
It's one of them. It's one of them
Fossil.
Darren
I
Brown.
was
cues.
Yeah.
I was genuinely interested as well when he said like
Fossil.
fossilized pearl.
Fossil.
I was like,
Fossil.
oh, that's cool. Like,
Yeah, so
fuck, I don't know
we
what
got
to
this.
say.
We got this fossil human poop. Fossil.
It's human poo.
Copyright,
Yeah, it's human poop.
Or like caveman
Yeah.
poo.
And it shows that the ancient forager ate an entire rattlesnake. He didn't just like
Chew it
cut the
up.
meat up. He just ate the whole fucking thing.
What
And
they found?
even the fangs. He ate everything.
Have you got the
eyes.
picture?
So some
Yeah,
caveman, or is it that long ago? Like,
Yeah,
we
it's
talking-
long time ago.
That's the fang in the poop.
bro.
He ate the whole fucking thing, man.
Oh, you have
That-
to send me that because that's fucking mad.
That guy, yeah, you need to put that picture up. But that guy would have been perfect for YouTube.
So a caveman somewhere
He was born in the wrong
was
generation.
sat by his fire and going, ooh, and he saw a fucking what sort of snake did you say it was?
Rattlesnake.
A rattlesnake of all fucking snakes, and he went, ooh, and then and didn't even cook and just went and just
Ate the-
fucking swallowed
ate
it,
the whole thing, man.
bro,
Craig,
man.
Ate
Craig.
the whole fucking thing.
Did he have like the rattle in his belly? Did he
What?
poop out the rattle? You know,
I don't
rattlesnakes
know.
have a little rattle
I
on
don't know
it.
if they found the rattle.
That
but...
gives you confirmation that as a species we've gone backwards because a bloke out there swallowed a fucking rattlesnake whole, and there's certain people that can't even swallow pills without crushing them up.
It's true, but back then, if you
Fucking
were
hell,
one of
like-
those people that couldn't eat a whole rattlesnake, you just died.
How do
know
you
what I mean?
not know that he was asleep and the rattlesnake thought his mouth was a cave and then went down into his belly because
think-
it was warm
Yeah, wow.
and then it just got acidated.
I mean, usually when that
Is that the right
happens,
word?
it goes the other way around. Like the human goes into the snake's belly, but
Or apparently like you shit yourself when you die.
yeah.
Say, did he like shit himself and then the rattlesnake just like went to eat him and the rattlesnake just happened to die as well? On
Nah,
on
No, it's
top
because
of his poop?
it's in his poo.
Yeah, it's in his-
They could tell it
it's
was
like,
digested.
It's like inside the poop. Yeah, it's
Dude,
quite
I've eaten
Caveman poop?
slightly cooked python,
Yeah,
and it is so hard to
Really?
chew properly.
yeah. I've heard like especially with reptiles,
remember
the
that
best way to
video?
cook them is to
Hey.
Cunt.
Okay, we've got a couple more stories, guys. A couple more
Okay.
current affairs. Do you want to
wants-
go next?
Okay.
It's off the top of the dome.
Yeah, so I just remembered it. Before we started recording this podcast, Greg was talking about, was it Eric Andre? Something you've seen in Eric Andre where like they managed to get
in society, lad.
they managed to get a very drunk man to say the phrase white power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just
No,
reminded
it's
me
white powder.
white powder, sorry. All it reminded me, okay, you guys aren't football fans, are you?
No,
Have you ever heard
Yeah.
of the team Crystal Palace?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
They're based in London.
Eric Cantona. No, yeah, I know Crystal Palace.
Close, I'll give you that. They're based
CPR.
They're based in Croydon, right?
They are. That's what it is.
CPR.
Yeah,
I don't
that's what it used to be called.
did it?
Yeah, like Crystal Palace Republic or something.
I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But CPR. But yeah. Yeah, they have a goalkeeper called Wayne Hennessy, and he's Welsh. I'm not sure how old he is, but they recently all went out on like some sort of night out. I don't know, in celebration or something. I'm not really sure, but they must have gone for a big meal as a squad. And you know how like footballers are criticised all the time for the most mundane
I've
things,
seen this
like
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know Greg hasn't. They're criticised. It's like, oh yeah, so and so was seen out at a nightclub smoking a cigarette.
Oh,
And it's
shit.
like, so what? If the guy wants to smoke a fag, let him
No,
smoke a
man,
fucking
you
fag.
should-
Back
you
in the
should be-
60s when like
it's
England
gonna
won the
be-
World Cup,
He's a
they
child's
were
role model, man.
they were
By the
fuck-
way, guys, fag in England is
Cigarette.
not a derogatory term.
It's a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah, and recently there was this
From
squad.
the PC police.
Going back to the story, there was this squad picture of Crystal Palace all on this night out,
Mm.
and they're all just posing and smiling and thumbs up, and you can see Wayne Hennessy in the background. And am I allowed to do what he did if it's in context of somebody else was doing it?
Yeah, because right now you're not Lewis.
It's not me.
You-
I'm Wayne Hennessy.
You're Wayne Hennessy, and you're playing a role.
I'll do them both separately. He had his hand. Oh, they're all just smiling happily, and because he's a goalkeeper, he's a big guy. He's at the very back, and you can just see him at the back. He's got his hand here like this, and he's got his right hand
Oh, okay.
up.
Oh. So, like
So
that.
there's no
Like-
way.
Like a dab.
Exactly like that. Yeah, like
So like a
like
dab, but like...
like a dab,
Oh, shit!
but with your arm a little bit more.
This actually does... So dabbing. This whole time.
Yeah, but he wasn't dabbing. He was quite clearly.
No, but I mean...
And he. So
Okay.
basically, everyone
Was
was.
he actually doing it then?
So
Yes,
he was...
I'll get a
think-
picture.
I think that's
I remember
bullshit.
people used to do that at school, so...
What do you mean you think it's bullshit?
I don't think he'd do that.
I swear to God, I'll show you the picture later. He is. He is 100. He is like that.
Yeah, I mean...
Like-
there's-
like
there's
proper
a-
Basil
there's a-
Fawlty.
Yeah, let's be...
Yeah, I'm
let's-
allowed to do it. Basil Fawlty did it.
Yeah, let's be...
Yeah,
let's
he
be,
is
let's,
properly
let's
like
be
this.
honest. Let's be honest.
He was doing it.
PewDiePie does it every video.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean?
I
He's
say it's like that's like
no, but that's not the bad bit about the story.
there's
That's
no,
not the.
there's no way that you can get into this position unless you're intentionally doing this.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
not like
That's-
it's not like I'm itching my nose and I'm waving to the waiter.
That's not the bad bit, right? That's not the bad bit about the fucking story. Right?
Okay.
He did that, and like you said very rightly, PewDiePie does that all the time, and it's like. I can see, like, you can say, oh, football is a child's role model and they're a public figure, but so is someone like PewDiePie. I get it.
Yeah.
And people were outraged with it, and I wasn't necessarily outraged, but it's like, obviously what happened is, they were on a night out celebrating something. These guys, they're professional sportsmen. They don't get to go out and enjoy themselves that much. So obviously they went out, probably had a couple of drinks, whatnot, just being funny, not meant anything by it.
Yeah.
But when it came out,
You're
and they
really
said,
loud today. Go on.
am I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like you
It's
just
because I
popped an
always sound
eardrum.
really, it's 'cause I always sound really fucking quiet.
Go
when
on,
I
keep
edit it
going.
back.
It's fine.
Keep going.
But when
Go
he
on.
was called up about it, they were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he said, as a 30-year-old Welsh man, he said, "I didn't know what it meant."
Okay.
Of course he
And
fucking did.
immediately it's like,
Mm.
yes, you fucking did.
Yes,
And
you
he,
did,
and then they kept like fucking every so often, it was forgotten about, but they kept chucking it back at him. And instead of just ignoring it how he should have done, or just said, "I'm really sorry, I had a couple
yeah,
of
just
drinks."
do it. Just
He
make
was
it
like-
goof.
he
Just
said,
goof.
"Oh, I genuinely didn't know what it meant, and I think footballers need to be taught more about racial slurs because I didn't know."
That's
And it was just the
bullshit.
most bizarre
That's not
fucking.
racial, is it? I mean, Hitler was a bad
Well, it
man.
kind of is because
does that mean
because
we-
that symbol signified,
Does that mean
the-
we have to go and vilify every single person who was part of the war in Germany?
Do we have to go?
Because
To,
they did it, and
we-
they helped Hitler.
do we have to?
Do we
go,
hate them?
Do we have to go to John Cleese's house and put him in cuffs?
No, but see, that's the thing. Him doing it,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You've
wrong
had a
with
couple
it.
of drinks,
The-
man.
the-
You're having a laugh.
The thing is,
Fair enough.
The thing is that
Goofy.
I think that's not an actual. Oh yeah, I believe in Nazism. That's taking the piss
he's
out
taking
of
the piss.
Nazis.
But because he's a public figure, it's like, meh, meh, meh. And I don't agree with that. But then to come out and instead he just go, "Look, I had a couple of drinks. I'm fucking
The
sorry."
fact that he's lying
The
about
fact
it.
he
he's
came out and was
clearly
like,
lying.
"I don't know what it meant, and I think we should be made
No,
more aware." It's
no,
like you
dude,
are talking.
I
out your
could
fucking
find. I could
arse.
find the most dim-witted, like 5-year-old, and do it in front of them, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Hitler."
It
Oh,
just
Nazism.
made me laugh. I remember seeing it on the BBC
Okay.
the other day, and I was just like,
Mate,
"You
that-
are a
That is
knobhead.
such bullshit. I've never.
Wayne
I've never heard
Hennessy,
such
you are
bullshit.
a fucking penis. Not for doing what you did, but for fucking."
Everyone knows exactly.
I
who
didn't know
Wait,
what it
the
is.
worst
meant.
part about this is he's obviously seen Faulty Towers. And if he hasn't seen
I don't
Towers,
reckon he has.
I don't give a fuck if his excuse is, I didn't know what it was, but you haven't seen Fawlty Towers and you haven't seen that scene.
I don't reckon
Fuck
he has.
you.
I don't reckon he has seen Fawlty
I
Towers.
think not seeing 40
I'm
Towers is
joking.
probably worse than.
Yeah, exactly. Much worse.
It's
much worse.
worse.
Far worse.
Yeah, I think
He didn't have his legs all the way
I don't think
up,
that's
like-
bad. I
No,
think,
it's not.
I think at the end of the day,
It's not necessarily in good taste,
Yeah,
but it's
and
not.
there's nothing wrong with people saying, "Look, what you do, I think you did is in bad taste." And all he has to say to that is not lie and say, "Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing." Just be like, "Oh, sorry, you didn't like
So,
it."
Greg, here's
That's
a
what I
what
have to
if.
say.
Here's a what if. There
Are we
is-
going back to what ifs?
No, just for this bit. There is a scene in one of our YouTube videos where you do the Nazi salute.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Is there?
There is.
What video is
He's taking the piss out of PewDiePie, and it was around the time he was getting done for, the bridge scene. Greg did it, but if one day somehow we got like 1 million followers and people gave a fuck about us, like this video, and they dug that up, what would you say?
I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't even give them the
You would,
time of day.
but what if? Okay, what if you? I don't know. You went to someone in the city. I know you'd never go there. But if someone asked you in front of like loads of people, like, are you gonna say sorry?
What I would do is I'd be like, please just give me 10 minutes. I'll be back, and I'll come back. I'll draw a hidden moustache on. I'll style my hair, and I'll rip a hole in my shirt.
Just
and
cut it in blood.
Yeah, and
Greg.
The thing is, the way I see it is that if someone
It's pointless.
If someone,
pointless.
it's pointless giving them the time of day because people aren't doing that because they genuinely believe in anything. They're doing it
To cause drama.
to cause drama.
It's
to
obvious.
get-
It's obvious when someone's doing something maliciously as opposed to a joke.
Yeah, it's very obvious.
You see, you can.
People are idiots.
The
now.
thing about
we moan about this all the time.
We live
but-
in this age now where if you are a public figure, for whatever reason, you are witch hunted, and people will delve through your past to find whatever they can to have on you. And it's like for no reason.
I think the issue is that
Someone needs to come out and double down and fucking go.
But they
like,
do. People do it all the time. The issue is
Like
not,
what? Who?
Dude, like everyone's done it. Like okay, like
The best thing you can do is not give a shit.
yeah.
That's why people like Bill Burr and Louis C.K. can say whatever they want.
PewDiePie's done it.
Yeah, but you
That's
don't-
the reason
no,
why he's got away with it. It's
no, you
because he doesn't give time of day to the people that are giving him shit.
You're right.
And
You're right.
I'll tell you what. The big issue is that social media just gives like 20 people
No.
the voice
What-
of millions
what-
because everyone pays
yeah,
attention
it's
to them.
stupid. I hate
As soon
it. And
as
I
you
think
say
Twitter
sorry,
is the
you're
worst.
wrong.
I think Twitter is the worst thing ever. I also think that if you use Twitter
That's
more
why-
than
that's
2
why I-
hours a day and you're depressed, then you're a fucking
Dude, if
idiot
you-
because
I
you
delete-
know what's
I-
making you depressed.
I deleted mine
If
the
you use
other
Twitter
day.
at all, you're an idiot.
I
It's a
deleted
fucking
mine the
piece of
other day.
shit.
I was like, I need to cut down on fucking
trash.
social media.
It's trash.
What one is the worst?
It is
And I
the
was like,
worst one.
Twitter.
It's by far the worst
It's
one.
by
I hate
far the worst
Facebook
one.
as well, but I get work.
I haven't
through
used Facebook in
so
years.
Anyway, okay, guys, we have a couple more stories. I'm just gonna like bust them off quickly. Okay.
Bust a rhyme.
Bust a rhyme.
Bust a rhyme now in a peanut.
The Chinese are begging for the sex and violence not to be censored in the final season of Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Are they censoring it over there?
Yeah, the sex and the violence. I don't watch Game of Thrones. Is there a lot of sex and violence going on in this season?
Not
yet.
well. This season's only 2 episodes in, but I think
It's still like more than 2
Do
hours.
you know? But do you know what?
No,
This
the-
this is an
Being
important.
a bit of sex, but that's it.
I think this is an important topic, right? Because
Didn't the girl who looks like the same age as when she started, didn't she have a sex scene recently?
yes,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
she is like 20. I think she's my age.
Yeah, she's about your age. Yeah.
I think she's 22.
She's been 18.
Any
for a long
boobies?
time.
No,
Side
all
boob,
you see
side
is like the
boob.
top of her ass crack.
Side boob
That's
and ass
it.
crack.
Side
that's
boob
it.
and ass crack,
Yeah.
and it
I
lasts.
see
and
that
it-
from
I
both
don't
you
think-
guys
I
every
don't-
time
And
I see
as they
it.
start,
nipple.
as they start getting into it, it stops. You don't actually see anything. She just sort of climbs on top.
Yeah,
of it.
the thing is,
Maybe you're watching the Chinese version.
No, but right at the end of the day, I think this is a genuinely important topic. There's a very famous quote, and it says, how's it go?
Don't butcher it.
I will butcher it. It's along the lines of, those who don't know about history are deemed to repeat it.
Tank Man.
Tank Man,
Tank Man.
correct? Right?
We love you, Tanky.
It was about three seasons ago in Game of Thrones, there's a rape scene, right?
Yeah.
And it's done by one of the most evil characters in the whole series. He's a horrible, horrible, disgusting piece of shit.
Can you describe who it was? Is it?
Well, no, because I don't want to spoil it for people that are... Because for some reason, there's an influx now of people that are just starting to watch Game of Thrones. So I'm not going to spoil it. But let's just say a very, very horrible character that you're...
Jon Snow.
That you're supposed to hate rapes somebody very disgustingly. Yeah. And it caused absolute outrage because it's promoting rape.
It's not promoting.
No, it's...
That makes no sense.
No, it's fucking not.
Okay.
If anything, if you watch that should make you horrible. It should make you sick to your stomach.
I remember when I was watching Schindler's List.
You have to have that shit.
And I was just like watching Schindler's List. I was like, dude, this is promoting genocide.
Exactly.
It's
do you know what I mean?
so stupid. It's like just because you're
dumb as fuck.
You
have to show people sometimes that shit fucking happens.
They would not like the movie Irreversible.
You didn't get as much shit when one of the good guys raped someone. Well, he's not kind of a good guy.
Have you guys ever seen Irreversible? Even I can't stomach the first 10 minutes of that. I have to skip it.
Oh man, they're on a whole other level over there, aren't they?
What is it? I don't think.
I'll tell you off.
I'm not gonna watch it.
It's basically the beginning is like a 10-minute anal rape scene with no cuts.
We're on a
Greg, don't laugh at that.
No cuts.
Okay, cut that out.
That's what's funny, not the anal rape.
God,
yeah.
No cuts.
All I'll say is that I think we are on a very, very dangerous downward spiral.
Slippery.
In terms of censoring everything, and I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm scared for future generations.
Yes.
That won't. Yeah. They will be hidden away.
You're watching Teletubbies
from
like
everything.
You'll be watching Teletubbies.
And that's when horrible shit in history
We'll be telling
itself.
the children some crazy stories, and they'll be like, "That's so outlandish! Oh my god! Oh, whatever."
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to say that I hate the whole censorship thing. I think especially with sex, it's so censored. Like for example, like you didn't really have titties in video games to like Witcher. Even then, you don't have vag in it. What's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it. Everyone's fucking got bits. There's nothing wrong with looking at bits. There's nothing wrong with having bits. And what I hate is how people sexualize everything. If there's
like dwarves.
But if there's tits in a video game, it's like, oh, it's sexualization. It's like, dude, they're just tits. You're the one sexualizing them, man. You know what I mean?
Boobs are boobs.
It's bizarre.
Boobs are boobs.
Boobs
are boobs till you look at it and go, oh, I want some boobs.
Yeah.
This all comes back to fucking censoring porn as well.
No, I hate it. I don't think there should be censorship. But I understand, like keeping kids away from violence and sex, but that's no one's job but the kids. It's just parents.
Dude.
It's the parents' fucking job.
Do you remember when Do you remember when they wanted to have like a watershed for fast food adverts because it's like, kids are seeing adverts for McDonald's at 3:00 in the afternoon, and that's why they're fat. It's like, no, they're fat because their mum bought them a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, that's it.
What 3-year-old walks into a shop with his wallet like, yeah, I'll have a Big Mac and fries, please?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That makes no sense, does it?
What are you talking about?
It's fucking censorship.
The more you censor shit, the more you do it, the more that stuff's going to happen. If you just don't censor stuff and you just go, they fucking go, all these people that look for shit to be offended by will just... If you don't like something, don't fucking watch it. If you watch a Game of Thrones episode, at the start of that episode, it will say, this show contains violence, sexual, nudity. It will say that. And you still sit and go, these things offend me, but I will still watch it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Don't watch it.
I've read this really interesting a take on, especially with this porn law. And the idea is that if you stop kids, not even kids, just teens from being able to go watch porn, like
it's
from safe normal sites like Pornhub, which don't really have that much.
Pornhub's tame as fuck.
They'll be going to places, like 4chan and shit like that for their porn.
I said this,
and they're going to be getting into weird shit, and they're going to be exposed to the dark parts of the web.
I said
quicker.
this in a podcast recently,
as
like in one of our last ones. Like I just sort of threw it out there, but the more I think about it, I think it's there are weird people out there that lock themselves away in their bedrooms and are, going at it over the most deprived shit. But if you take that, they're sat in their bedrooms. If it's weird as fuck, you know what I mean? Yeah, fair enough, but you're into whatever you're into. But if that is taken away from you and you have no way of, getting your end away, I'm allowed to say that.
You go back to the Littlewoods magazines and the imagination.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, normal people will do that. Going back to finding porno mags in the woods and whatnot.
But yeah, I know.
But there are people out there that are
there's going to be more
Well, it's shown
Imagine a
California
really,
it's shown
imagine a really
Hill
sexually
guy
frustrated
over his-
teenager.
yeah.
It is shown that
It's scary.
sexual violence increases with the censorship of.
If that
It's like how in,
And
do you know what it's like?
It's horrible.
if
and
this
it
if
shouldn't-
this
shouldn't
does happen from
I don't know if
from
it will, but I think something's gonna.
Do you know what? And it sounds horrible to say, but it's the same as this. Countries that legalize prostitution, divorce rates drop. It's the same thing.
Oh, it's also the same thing that in countries where homosexuality is illegal, they actually put as a percentage watch more homosexual porn. That's so funny.
100%.
It's like Saudi Arabia's got like one of the highest homo porn.
the next
goddamn things.
podcast
It's
we
crazy.
do, we're going to be laughing at pornography. So
What was that old website we used to go on where
that's
you could
what
see
we're going
what?
to be doing.
Oh fuck!
Remember
That's
that?
a brilliant. Yes,
I think you
100%.
told me about this.
it's a website that you go on and you can.
It
It's
gives
got
you a live search
Yeah.
of what
Like,
other people are searching.
the most bizarre
Mate,
shit.
Look at some
comes
good
up.
ideas.
It's
Look at
like
some good ideas.
Old lady donkey punch.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
You know,
It's like grandpa's poo bag.
yeah, mate.
It's
Some
just really
fucking
stupid shit.
mental-
People got good minds. and
mental
we,
shit
we're
comes
gonna
up.
go have a peek at their minds.
We're going to look
Yeah, yeah.
into the minds of people.
Oh, wow.
eating a jar of toenail clip. Like there's the most weird.
There's some weird,
Where
weird
do we go
weird
to get
stuff.
our porn licenses then? Do you have to go to the shop or?
I think we should do a video where we do it.
You know how you have to go and
Yeah,
fill up your electric
Are you,
meter
are
on
you
a
up
key?
for doing that?
Can I fill up
It
my
might be like
port?
that.
I
No,
probably
I'm
won't
not-
use it, but
I'm not doing it.
well, you can come film it for us.
I'll film you doing
We
it.
need our porn.
I am not getting a porn license.
You don't
You
need.
need
We
it.
don't need one. The only
Yeah, I
reason
know.
I'm gonna literally make a video for it, then cut it up and throw it in a bin. Right.
Yeah, but that will still be on record for you. People.
Yeah.
It will always be on record that you have a porn license.
Yeah, and I want the goddamn government to know. I want to tell them there's nothing wrong with porn. You fucking
Last thing.
fat. Well, she's not fat. She's a stick thin little.
Last thing,
Cunt.
Greg.
She looks like Sideshow Bob.
Oh, come on, guys.
I'm
Go
not
on.
saying I'm not
Come
inciting
on.
violence. That's
Go on.
fine.
Come on.
Last news story. Come on.
I
Last
hope,
story.
I hope she trips up in some
Right.
fields.
This is about 12 words, and just try. It's about. This news story is 12 words long.
The whole story.
No, it's the headline.
Right.
Please try not to interject.
I won't.
Please.
Hang on.
Right.
Greg, fingers on lips. Greg, fingers on lips.
Yoga does not make inmates gay, says Russian prison chief as classes are reinstated.
Okay. Right. There were so many
I know.
different things in
When
that.
I used to do yoga, the first thing I did afterwards was just searching like big dicks on Google.
Big old dick.
I love it.
I need to find
Right. Okay, so that implies, right, that yoga. Let's no. Let's
I've got a hunger.
let's fucking break this down properly, right?
Okay.
So that's saying it was reinstated, right? So that means before that was written, at some point, yoga was banned from Russian prisons because for whatever reason they believed it was
They-
making the inmates gay.
like
Am I right in saying that?
All I've heard is that apparently Russians really do not like gay people.
They don't.
They
Yeah,
really do not like
But even still, I can't imagine, Russian like chief of police, like
Dude.
the inmates they do the yoga
Nah,
and they are all
you'd be
fucking each
surprised.
other.
Like in parts like Russia, they do have those weird sort of beliefs that like certain things like
Yeah, no, I get
baking
it.
a cake. If you bake a cake, we're clearly gay. We're only gay can
No,
bake
I
cake.
get
A
it.
woman or
Gay
gay.
I get it, but Russian prisons are fucked.
Yeah.
Why is that them being gay in prison should be the last thing on your fucking mind? And to think
No, they really do hate
if
gays.
if they hate it that much and they think yoga makes you gay, why did they have yoga in the first place? I don't think they even
That's
do
true.
yoga
That's
in.
true.
I've watched
They
loads
should.
of.
It's very good.
I've
for
watched
them.
hundreds of prison documentaries. I don't think I've ever seen them doing
surprised-
yoga
I think,
ever.
I think they should be doing mandatory yoga and meditation
Dude,
classes. It
I've
makes
watched
it
prison documentaries
great.
from fucking Honduras, Brazil,
Yeah,
fucking
but
ju-
man, like, what
mate-
do they do out there? They just shoot craps or something like that.
shoot
yeah.
craps.
Yeah, play craps. The game.
Yeah,
I
gotta
thought
get
you said
severed.
craps.
Yeah, shooting craps. Yeah, craps. You
What
don't
the fuck are you saying?
Craps.
Crap.
Do you know what craps?
No, I got no idea what you're talking
You
about.
don't know what craps
You know,
is? It's like a
a
dice
It's a
game.
dice game. Everyone's playing it like on the like.
Must have missed
have
that
you-
version,
have
Doc.
you
We get
ever
like
watched,
7.
Yeah, like where people like in the streets just playing like.
I
Chuck and Tyson
think
on the floor.
I think I've been next to you with someone playing it in this casino.
You never played craps. It's a silly name, I'll give you that, but
Control Alt Delete.
CRAPS.
Yeah, craps.
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 you
Shooting
don't
craps.
know about craps. You don't know about Control Delete. What the fuck's going on?
Why the
Crap.
fuck should I know about some
What's wrong
fucking
with you
weird
got that
gimmicky
manuals?
prison dice game?
No. It's in like
You
it's
can go to
huge in
dude. You go
casinos.
like,
Yeah,
go to one of
I
the
go
sound-
into I don't go into casinos anymore. And when I did, I would stumble in drunk, stand over the roulette table, lose 20 quid, and then leave.
Apart
Ah,
from that
mate,
time
my
you won,
favourite thing about
quite a lot of
British
money.
I used to win all the
Casinos.
time when I was drunk.
My favourite thing about British casinos are like the old Asian women.
I'm good at blackjack
Yeah,
as
and like
well.
and the PJs.
Mate, they
They
love it. And I love them. And it's a great relationship.
Dude, the amount of times I used to be stood when I was bad with gambling, the amount of times I used to be stood over the roulette table, and I'd made like 150 quid, and I'd be like, oh fucking yeah, this is great. Always lost it. Oh, fucking awesome. And then some Egyptian would walk in and just slam down like 3 grand.
It's crazy, isn't
And
it?
you're like, what in the
Yeah.
fucking like? It just made you feel like such a loser. But well,
Where's my £3 to put on the roulette?
Right, guys.
okay. Is that all the news stories?
Oh god. Okay,
What?
right.
Oh,
So
you got a bad one.
no, I found that live search. This is just a little tester.
Okay.
Okay.
You-
Okay, right, hang on.
I'm
This
always
is this is a snippet. We're thinking about next podcast.
No, we could do this as a returning feature if you want.
Yeah, we could do that. That was good.
Well, why don't we do it next podcast? And if people
Yeah,
really
okay,
enjoy
yeah.
it,
come on, let's have a little taste.
yeah, no, we'll have a little taster. But instead of having it as a feature at the end of every podcast, we will do it next podcast as a topic. And if people really like it,
Okay.
we can have it as an occasional feature. There is a website that me and Matt used to go on all the time, where it shows live porn searches from all over the world. So if you're on porn, if you're on like Pornhubs or something right now, and you search
A
something,
lot of it is porn star
it comes
names.
up on this website. Anyone around the world, it shows what they're searching. And there's some deprived shit out there. So some of the stuff that comes up is questionable. And it's nice to try and fill in the gaps as to what they're into. Because some of it is really weird.
I
This
love it.
this
It's great.
selection is.
But this is a snippet.
from
We'll do
the
this next week.
orientation of straight and the country of India.
Oh, it does it by country as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can
So
do
you're
worldwide.
you're in India right now.
I'm on
Oh,
India.
yes, ooh.
India,
I'm
what are you up to
I'm
right now?
I'm interested.
Come on,
Put-
India.
There's
Put-
1.2 billion people there. Lots of
Pussy slapping public.
ooh,
Right.
slaps.
Lesbian tricked into bondage.
Ooh. People really into like the whole trick thing.
What a mean trick.
50 guy cream.
50 guy?
50 guy cream by gangbang. Big
That's-
boobs anal.
That's a lot.
Big boobs anal. That's like the first thing you search when you discover porn. Like, just like,
Yeah.
big tits bum. Like,
Prego. Okay, so we got
massage therapy.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing,
Neighbour.
UK tickling.
UK
Okay.
tickling.
There we go.
Someone searched that in India. Someone wants to see someone from the UK.
Apparently
specifically
they
the UK,
They do like
they-
the UK.
Sack XXX.
Well, what does that
I'm
mean?
just waiting for some
Is that like a ball sack?
mental one.
Zoe Kush anal. Don't know who Zoe Kush is. But, you know.
Let's have a look.
Bone bone.
Prone bone. Meat
Prone
and
bone.
fuck games. Should we do a different country? Let's do a different country quick.
Oh
and
god,
then-
I don't know.
Oh. There's a
Well,
racial slur in that one.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
Let's
wow.
do Germany.
Germany's going to be great.
Oh, God.
Come on.
There's a whole other world out there.
Naruto.
Naruto. White stockings.
Okay, that's a weird.
Swapping.
Yeah, you know what
Interesting taste.
swapping is.
Sucking tits.
You gotta do this in German.
Well, sometimes you gotta go for the basic stuff.
Vampire.
One just says vampire.
Some people like
Yeah,
vampires.
I like the amateur doggy style and the cockhold face sit.
The cockhold face it.
Yes, and I like
Oh, I don't know.
and I like the young girl seduced. Growth.
What does that mean?
Mistress orgasm control employee.
Oh,
wow.
god.
Angel dessert. Step siblings court. Unsimulated movie sex.
What?
I don't know. Deutscht pornos.
Oh, well, there you go.
Too deep.
Too deep.
Jerk off on her.
Okay.
This is fucking great. Tickle torture. Anal, 18, and Oz. Enema.
Enema. Wow.
Masochist.
Masochist.
Oktoberfest. Right, that's done. Fucking hell. If you'd like to see us, I think it would be really funny to go on certain countries and
We'll try and guess what they're gonna have.
well, no, not try and guess. But you know the weird stuff that comes up. We try and put it into context as to what sort of thing they're looking for. So, for example,
Cock hero.
Oktoberfest. What do you think he was looking for there? I reckon he's got a massive fantasy of getting a blowjob at Oktoberfest.
Yeah, from one of the.
He's got a big stein and he's
one of the women. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a big stein in his hand.
That definitely
and
exists.
he's wearing the
You know-
lederhosen
you
and
know,
everything.
That's got to exist.
And he goes up to the barmaid and he goes,
Another stein, please, barmaid. And would you like to suck on my penis behind the bar?
And she's like, oh yes.
yeah. And I reckon
Heavy mature mammaries.
Well, now that is perfect.
oh fuck. Are you still on Germany?
Zootopia.
Are you still on Germany?
No, this is worldwide.
Island fuck. Nudity curly ass.
Now this is getting interesting.
Let Greg read it, because I reckon Greg will read it really well.
These are great.
Slow insert rectum. Amateur Latino who takes big black cock.
God.
Ah.
What the funny thing is not the titles, it's the fact that people are typing this in, and we know that what they're typing in.
Okay, right.
Spying Russian toilet pooping.
Right. Sorry to interject, but
Smallest
This is gonna
we
go
need,
forever.
we need to
Smallest
wrap.
dick.
We need to wrap this podcast up now. Greg,
What was that Russian one?
Greg, right. Me and Matt are going to try and do the outro. You pick some of your favourites. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching the Threeskins podcast.
What did you say about poop?
Pouring water down throat.
All of our social media is
It's
in the
free
description.
entertainment.
Please click the Amazon link if you're an Amazon shopper. Please go through that.
Huge black dick.
Please go through that link to.
Mum and son lick crack.
Oh God!
Please go through the Amazon link to shop.
There's some stuff I can't say.
The what? Oh, why is that there? Oh God!
It's ended.
Passed out on the sofa.
Right, we're done.